Markovs took the money that was invested into DC Solar and used it to purchase well over 100 collector cars, including a 1978 Pontiac Firebird that was previously owned by Burt Reynolds.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to I Seen That Reaction Channel. I'm your boy, Mr. I Seen That. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you leave a like, leave that comment, and subscribe. And turn on the bell notification so you can be aware the next time your boy, Mr. I Seen That, drops his next reaction video. So, got another reaction video for you. I think this was gonna be kind of good, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a shame, man. Like, people will stoop so low to try to take something from somebody else. And this individual, this person, these, you know, it could be a couple or whatever. They have worked hard to get where they're at, man. You know what I mean? And then another person just want to just come and just take what they done built and what they don't have. Like, man, what's wrong with you? What gives you the audacity to just come and try to take something from somebody that they built or own, man? Man, people are just, man, they be wildin', man. It's crazy out here, man. So you gotta be safe, man. You know what I mean? But, so in this video, we gonna be reacting to a Thot and her husband. A Thot and her husband scam Warren Buffett for $340 million. $340 million? Man, first of all, Warren. Hey, my boy Warren. Let me holler at you real quick. Man, you like the richest man in the world, man. How you getting scammed for $300? How you getting scammed for $340 million, dog? Like, man, you the richest man. I know you got, like, you know, a team that be looking at all your finances, man. They be checking the bank statements and everything. Obviously, this is how the story came about, because they were like, hey, call up that boy Warren. Hey, Warren, man, it's your account. Hey, we got a situation, man. We missing $340 million, man. What you been doing, man? You been on OnlyFans, Warren? Oh, man. So, but at the end of the day, too, for these individuals that tried to scam Warren Buffett, like, come on, man. This is like the richest dude in the world. You don't think he got people that look at his stuff and that track all of this money? What was you thinking? Man, you trying to steal from one of the richest men in the world. You don't think he gonna find out? Hey, man, so we gonna go ahead and get into this reaction and see exactly how they stole this money and what's going on.
$340 million.
Woo!
That's how much money these scammers stole from Warren Buffett. Most people wouldn't even know what to do with that much cash. But for Warren Buffett, everyone's favorite billionaire investor, $340 million.
Hey, $340 million? I think I would know what to do with it. I mean, like, once you get it, you know what I mean? You probably already got to have some things lined up. I mean, like, you just got to be like, oh, man, what am I about to do with it? Hey, man, first thing you probably got to do, man, $340 million, hey, at least just take 95% of that and just save that, stash that. And then the other, 15%, go ahead and do what you got to do. Yeah, Just make sure you know what you're going to do, man. Otherwise, that 340 going to be gone.
The world-famous investment tycoon watched more than $250 million of his hard-earned dollars disappear from under his nose.
Woo!
Just how exactly did a savvy businessman like Buffett get scammed so badly? Buffett is the CEO and chairman of the hugely successful holding company known as Berkshire Hathaway. As all great investors do, Buffett has compiled a diverse portfolio of investments over the years in his efforts to maximize Berkshire Hathaway's prospective earning potential. Any investor will tell you that in the climb to the top of the stock market game, there will be plenty of victories as well as plenty of losses.
Big
This
fact.
is the story of one of Berkshire Hathaway's ugliest failures. A strikeout so horrendous that they were forced to absorb hundreds of millions of dollars in losses when it was all said and done. The renewable energy ecosystem has rapidly evolved into one of the most popular and sought-after industries in the investment world. Brands and businesses of all shapes and sizes have continuously tossed their investing hats into the renewable energy ring since the mid-2000s. Why? The answer is twofold. Firstly, companies that work in the field of renewable energy sources like solar energy are generally viewed in a favorable light by the public due to their positive impact on the environment. As a result, businesses that choose to financially support the efforts of these renewable energy companies are able to soak up a lot of that goodwill in the court of public opinion. And while any press is good press is really good press. If good PR isn't enough of an incentive to invest in renewable energy, then perhaps some tax credits will do the trick. Renewable energy investors are awarded hefty federal tax credits, making it all the more enticing to pour lumps of cash into companies like DC Solar, a Bay Area solar energy corporation whose objective was to create thousands of mobile solar generators. These generators would be used to supply solar energy to outdoor venues in need of power, like concerts and sporting events. Even cell phone towers would make use of DC Solar's generators. The company was led by husband and wife duo Jeff and Paulette Karpoff. They began to make some noise in the renewable energy scene with their inventive mobile solar generator model. They promised to lead the way into a new era of adaptable and renewable energy, and they were seen as rising stars in the industry. Their work, along with the tax incentives they guaranteed to potential investors, generated the attention of big names looking to stake their claim in the renewable energy space. Warren Buffett was one of those names. His company, Berkshire Hathaway.
Hey, man. I don't know, man. You know, my man Warren kind of old, man. So maybe they probably just thought, maybe they thought they could just pull one over on your boy Warren, man.
Hathaway dumped a whopping $340 million into DC Solar. In total, DC Solar was able to collect $2.5 billion from a dozen or so investors. From the outside looking in, the Karpoff.
I mean, let's look at these people, man. I mean, they look like they probably gonna scam you, man. She look like she probably would try to whisper them sweet nothings to your boy Warren, try to show him a little cleavage, you know what I mean? I don't know, this cat, he might be like, hey Warren, you know, let you spend some time with my wife, you know what I'm saying, for a couple hours. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. 340 million? Dang, man, what was y'all thinking?
They were living the good life, riding high off the copious amounts of investment money they secured from companies like Berkshire Hathaway. While it might be a wise business practice to put all that money right back into the company to support their work, the Karpoffs had different plans. They used the outrageous sum of money to fund their lavish lifestyle, a lifestyle full of unnecessary luxuries and absurd personal expenses. But if you've got an endless stream of investment money in your back pocket, why not? The Karpoffs took the money that was invested into DC Solar and used it to purchase well over 100 collector cars, including a 1978 Pontiac Firebird that was
Y'all collecting cars? Who I mean, what do y'all, Jay Leno, Seinfeld? What are y'all doing? And then y'all got, you know what I'm saying, the Trans Am up here, got the Burt rental, you know what I mean? Y'all got the little Burt Reynolds joint right up in this joint. Man, y'all just wasting money, man. Word.
previously owned by Burt Reynolds. Jeff's expansive garage
Look at
was
that.
bursting at the seams with high-end vehicles, more than any one person should need, and the Karpoffs' ludicrous spending didn't stop at luxury cars. The couple also indulged in a ton of expensive real estate, opulent properties in California, Mexico, even the Caribbean. The Karpoffs used the financial means they had stumbled upon to even fund their very own professional baseball team in their hometown of Martinez, California. The team was called the Martinez Clippers.
Oh,
and though they
no.
weren't in the major leagues,
Oh,
having
yeah.
a baseball club to call their own was a dream come true for the owners of DC Solar. The Karpoffs parlayed their emerging public standing into a chance to get DC Solar's logo on the side of an official NASCAR driver's vehicle. That driver was Ross Chastain, a 26-year-old up-and-comer in the NASCAR world. Not only were they dealing with some of the greatest business minds in the world on a daily basis, they also got to parade their company's name around the NASCAR Speedway in front of millions of eyes. This was rock star living for a couple that had originated from very humble beginnings. They weren't born into a gigantic inheritance.
Hey, you getting logos up on that NASCAR? Hey, you got that guap, boy. You got that, hey, if you in that NASCAR world, boy, that's big money right there. That's big fat. Hey, that's probably what got them hemmed up right there. Warren seen that like, yo, these cats got NASCAR? What's going on? Yo, where my receipt? Where my statements at? Yo, check my account, baby. Check. Where that?
And didn't work their way up an already established company's hierarchy. They built DC Solar from the ground up. Jeff had once made an honest living working on cars as a small-time mechanic, which might explain his love for exotic vehicles. After years of hard work and shady dealings, the Karpoffs headed a booming solar energy empire funded by the likes of Warren Buffett. For the Karpoffs, the American dream had come true. Their dream, however, was too good to be true. In December of 2018, it all came crashing down for the Karpoffs. As the new year came knocking, so did a squad of FBI agents. The feds entered the Karpoffs' residence and seized much of their belongings, including Jeff's...
Hey, that boy Warren, that boy went to go swipe, you know what I'm saying, swipe that credit card on OnlyFans, had insufficient funds. Oh man, chick said Warren the email like, hey Warren, hey Doug, what's up with the, hey, your card declined, baby. What's going on? You think you was gonna get this for free? You got to pay me. Oh man, that boy Warren tried to swipe the card for OnlyFans and had insufficient funds. Why y'all take that boy money like that?
Exorbitant horde of cars. Everything they had worked for, everything they had accomplished through DC Solar disappeared in seconds.
That boy Warren said, I need my money back.
As it turns out, the Karpoffs had been lying about the nature of their work at DC Solar. They exaggerated their efforts to produce solar energy generators to their investors and to the public, promising that they were working to deliver more than 12,000 units from the funding they'd received. However, that's not where the money was going. The couple had been laundering their investors' cash, using it to support their expensive hobbies and their costly way of living. They never used a dime for its intended purposes, the generators themselves. While the FBI did discover some mobile generators while raiding the DC Solar property, it was not the amount that the Karpoffs ensured were in operation. Not even close. The deceitful owners of DC Solar went to extreme lengths to cover up their lies, setting up GPS devices in the locations of these fake mobile generators to make it seem like they were where they were supposed to be. In reality, most of the generators didn't actually exist. The Karpoffs didn't act alone. While they were certainly the masterminds behind this massive criminal conspiracy, additional employees at the company were also implicated. In the end, there were 5 other individuals prosecuted in relation to DC Solar's crimes. While the Karpoff scam took chunks out of billionaire investors, there were a handful of folks that suffered in the wake of their Ponzi scheme. The Martinez Clippers weren't just a fun investment for the Karpoffs, but a real chance for Martinez, California residents to get into professional baseball. Martinez, California had had a long history with professional baseball, as none other than Joe DiMaggio was born there in 1914. The field the Clippers played on was named Joe DiMaggio Field, and their team name was a nod to Joe as well. DiMaggio was nicknamed Yankee Clipper for his agility on the field. Martinez country was elated to have a professional baseball team to call their own, and they had the Karpoffs to thank for it. Little did they know the nature of the storm brewing overhead. The Clippers had a Hollywood-like story as their debut season got off to a rocky start. They only won 8 out of 40 games in the first half of the season.
Whoa.
After a managerial change, the Clippers would go on to win 21 of their next 40 games. While the Clippers' on-field performance has nothing to do with the Karpoffs, it's the money the team was able to bring in and the entertainment they were able to provide to Martinez that brought the community.
Hey, once them cats go down, like, you know what had to, the town, the baseball players, all the people that worked at the stadium, the jobs, you know what I'm saying? Does all of that go away? And if so, all of these people are being affected by them scamming this money, man, which that's unfortunate, man. That sucks. Like, what are these people supposed to do? They trusting and believing that you guys are on the up and up and doing what y'all need to do and handling y'all business here. Y'all up here taking advantage of my boy Warren Buffett. His credit card declining. He can't even chill with his OnlyFans chicks, man. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all stopping Warren from having some fun.
Together, young athletes looking to make it in the world of professional baseball had an avenue to do so. Unfortunately, the Clippers were dissolved after the FBI raid on Karpoff's home. Unable to cover the cost of renting Joe DiMaggio Field, the fans, players, coaches, and staff never saw another game. It would seem like there are no plans to revive the Martinez Clippers, as their last Facebook post is dated November 23rd, 2018.
That's
it makes
messed up.
mention of looking forward to the 2019 season. The Karpoff home would be raided a few weeks later, and the Clippers would never see the field again. The Clippers weren't the only sports hopefuls to have their dreams crushed by Karpoffs. Remember Ross Chastain, the NASCAR driver once sponsored by DC Solar? His career was upended along with everybody involved, from pit crew to mechanic. The raid of the Karpoff home and revelations of their Ponzi scheme left Chastain without a sponsor for the number 42 Xfinity car. He hardly got to drive it as the Karpoff home was raided 2 months after the announcement was made. Thankfully, Chastain was able to bounce back, driving for Nice Motorsports. As a result of all this,
that boy had to get low, get up out of there.
Serious trouble. Their crackpot scheme to sucker investors out of millions upon millions of dollars was ultimately foiled by a former employee turned FBI informant. Jeff Karpoff pleaded guilty in January of 2020 to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. His wife pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States and money laundering. While they haven't been brought to trial yet after a series of COVID-19 related delays, they will eventually be prosecuted for their crimes. Jeff is looking at a maximum sentence of 30 years in federal prison, while Paulette faces up to 15 years. When it was all said and done, $500 million was returned to the United States Treasury following DC Solar's massive fraud, and the Karpoffs forfeited more than $120 million in assets. This included all of Jeff's collector vehicles, which were repossessed by the federal government and auctioned off to recoup the investors' losses. The U.S. Justice Department called it the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of California's Eastern District. Where does this leave Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway? Well, the billionaire will surely survive this fiasco relatively unscathed, but his wallet is a few $1 million lighter. The company was bamboozled out of $340 million by the fraudulent Karpoffs, an embarrassing blunder on the part of the well-respected Berkshire Hathaway. It was certainly a regrettable chapter in Buffett's illustrious business career that he'd like to forget.
Hey, man! Yo, man, they messed around and tried to get your boy Dub B, man, for 340 mil. My man Dub B said, yeah, baby, let me go ahead and, I'm about to go ahead and pay you real quick. That boy credit card declined. That boy Dub B said, hold up, man, something going on. That boy Dub B couldn't even pay for his OnlyFans account. You know what I mean? Hey, man. I don't know what would possess you to try to just think you can get over on somebody like Warren Buffett, you know, a man of his stature. Like, come on, man. That man got high power legal teams and SWAT, CIAs, and all. That man got all of that at his fingertips, man. And you just think that you just gonna, you know, under his nose just steal $340 million? And he ain't gonna know it. Man, you don't think he gonna notice that when his credit card declined when he trying to pay for his OnlyFans? You don't think he gonna know? Man, you gotta be smarter than that, man. At the same time, you trying to be greedy, man, you definitely gonna get caught. So, hey, man, can't try to get away with something like that. That boy Dub B gonna find out. Hey, man, that's all I got for y'all on this one. If you're here for the first time, make sure you like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you can be aware the next time your boy, Mr. I Say That, drops his next reaction video. Until the next time, y'all know the vibes. Peace.